There's no easy way to say this. EA Games, Electronic Arts, is a bit of a shithole right now. Over the last few years, we, the gaming community, have seen them destroy beloved franchises like Star Wars Battlefront and their own franchise, Battlefield. All the while turning out the same sports games year after year with FIFA and Madden. This can make us forget. There was a time when EA Games was on top of the world, turning out hit after hit like Skate and Need for Speed. And a time where they made, probably, in my opinion, their best franchise. That franchise was called Burnout. Now, apart from a crappy mobile game called Burnout Crash in 2011, the last real Burnout game was 2008. Or 2007, depending on what console and what region you got it in. Anyway, I'm talking about Burnout Paradise. And so, the whole world rejoiced when it was announced that PS4 and Xbox One would be getting a completely remastered version in 2018. We got it, and we loved it. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the long way to return to the franchise. This is Burnout Paradise Remastered. Okay, this is it. Burnout Paradise Remastered. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Burnout Paradise Remastered came out a full decade after the original Burnout Paradise, and 9 years after Burnout Paradise Ultimate. Now, if you guys don't know what Burnout Paradise Ultimate is, I don't really blame you. It wasn't really hyped up that much, but it was basically just Burnout Paradise with all the DLC included. Now, speaking of DLC inclusion, I'm going to mention what makes this the definitive remastered version out of all remastered games ever made. You see, when Nintendo released Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, all they did was give you most of the DLC for the Wii U version, leaving out the Mercedes-Benz DLC, which is honestly the best DLC anyway. And when Bethesda remade Skyrim for the Xbox One and PS4 and Switch, and called it Skyrim Special Edition, all they did was add mod support. EA went above and beyond here. They added new cars, all the DLC, like almost all Special Editions do, and a massive graphics overhaul. Seriously, they went all out in this game. The graphics are so beautiful, running at 720p, 1080p, or if you have Xbox One S or X, in 4K. Seriously, even on my 2011 Samsung TV, I could not get over how good these graphics looked. Now, EA's hit a bit of a hotspot recently with racing games. Need for Speed Payback actually was a pretty good game, I will admit. And this came out the year after, so, maybe they're coming back. Now, right off the bat, that does actually raise some problems. You see, now they've kind of acknowledged Burnout exists as a franchise for the first time in 10 years, unless you kind of shitty little mobile game called Burnout Crash in 2011. They have to do something with it. They can't not make any more Burnout games. People have been wanting this for, about 8 years or so. And, as I said before, a shitty little mobile game is not going to hold anyone over, really, especially not a dire Burnout fan. But yeah, now they've made this game, they have to admit that it's a series again, and they have to make more games. And if they do, I will be so excited. Because not only does that probably mean the return of Criterion Games of Ghost, who makes Need for Speed, but also means that EA will get some much-deserved fan love again for the first time since they started destroying Star Wars Battlefront. Anyway, about the game itself. Yeah, as I said, it's beautiful, and the cars in it have gotten a major upgrade, not just in the way they look, but also the way they handle. Now, let's say it like this, the universe of Burnout Paradise has physics that make sense within its universe, not within real life. The jumping is not realistic, and the crashes aren't realistic either, but they make sense for the universe they're set in. That being said, the controls in the original versions of the game back in 2008 were not the best. They were pretty slippy and slidey. I played it on the Xbox 360 a while ago, and was not a huge fan of the control scheme. That's why when I got on the Xbox One, I was a bit nervous about it. However, the controls are pretty much perfect. They are actually the only part of this game that is being built by, or was built by, Ghost, the team who makes Need for Speed, because it's basically the same controls as Need for Speed, with the drifting being changed a little bit. In fact, the drifting in this game is about as precise as drifting in GTA 5 is, meaning it's just basically cornering. And of course, there's the crashes. Oh my god, the crashes. That's what this game is really all about. You know it, and you know it's true. Crashing in Burnout Paradise is not frowned upon. In fact, it's highly encouraged. You have to crash in some game modes. You have to crash into other drivers, like right here in a mode called Road Rage, to take them down. And it's also just fun to crash into a wall, because when you do, the impact is so satisfying. Most cars, apart from some of the cars from the DLCs, have really cool crumple zones. You can see the hood crumple, then flip over. Now, there are no drivers inside the car, because that might give it a higher age rating if there were, due to complication with the human body being broken. But yeah, anyway, seriously, crashing in this game is just too much fun to be allowed. And of course, there's all the different game modes too. You have game modes like my favorite, Road Rage, where you have a timer and just drive all around the map trying to crash into people and put them in a wall like that, flip them over. And also, just like in Need for Speed Most Wanted, I played the game on the Wii U, but still the feature existed there. Every so often, you can get a new car by shutting down a racer on the road, by crashing into them and putting them into a wall, like I just showed over there a few seconds ago. Yeah. Anyway, other game modes include time trial races, and races against other CPU cars, which are not my favorite. Because, and I actually do like this feature, it just makes for some annoying gameplay, they kept the no waypoint and no driving line sections from the original game. If you guys do not know, in this game, you have to use the actual map, actual map or GPS. You cannot set a driving line or a waypoint. So every few seconds in a race, you find yourself popping up the map and planning your new route accordingly. It's a lot of fun, if a bit annoying sometimes. And there are some really cool names for cars in this game. Like you saw the Watson R Turbo. That's a really cool name for a car. It actually sounds like a real car company too, unlike some of the shit you get in GTA 5. Now, unlike games like Need for Speed, these are not real names of vehicles. However, some cars are clearly based on other cars. This is clearly a Dodge of sorts, and the 500 GT is clearly a GT 500. Yeah, that's that. But other really cool game modes include the stunt mode, really. You get a timer, basically, and you gotta do some stunts at a time, and combo stunts to get a high score. Very basic, but in this game, it's a lot of fun, because certain car classes do certain things. Now, I want to talk about the car classes here right now, before I get anything else, because, honestly, they are completely different from one another. They don't handle differently, really, but the way the boost works is different. Now, aggression boost is gotten by hitting other cars and being, aggressive or just driving in the wrong lane. Speed boost is only activatable when at top speeds, or at least high speeds, and the stunt boost is made to appear after you do enough stunts. And of course, as you progress in the game, you will unlock faster and faster vehicles, and of course vehicles also have my favorite and one of, I think, probably the most important stat to look for: strength. How many hits they can get given before they are taken down. Now, stuff like Road Rage, that matters a lot. Now, a good car, probably for Road Rage, probably something, a truck, an SUV, where speed is not as important as strength. However, if you're in a race that also involves heavy vehicles, use something kind of in the middle. Maybe a bit of a muscle car combo. I don't know. And of course, then there are the Paradise bikes. And Eric Dietz, you guys remember from a few videos on my channel, my friend Eric, was over at my house when I first got this game. And he made a comment that the bike actually handles, how you'd expect a bike to control in a video game. It's actually really, really good, and I totally agree with him on that one. All the bikes in this game handle very, very well. Now, the bikes were originally part of a DLC that were actually included in Burnout Ultimate, but got a major facelift here and added new vehicles to them. In fact, all the DLC got new vehicles, including the special vehicles, which I'll also talk about right now. Now, as I said, the bikes were really cool, and of course, you get a different driver license for when you're driving a bike than when you do for a car. So different levels, stuff like that, different missions are available at different times. And of course, the special vehicles. Now, they're all references to movies. You get the General Lee, as not a General Lee, and also the Mexico flag on top of it, I think it was. You get a spoof on the Back to the Future DeLorean, which is my favorite because it can actually kind of hover and is extremely fast and even somehow mobile in the air. Because, it's Back to the Future 2, so it can fly. Well, or then Back to the Future 1, take your pick. No flying train, though, sadly. Yeah, because Back to the Future 3 had a flying train. Anyway, other ones were real cool. You got Kit from Knight Rider, beefed up to be a modern Dodge Challenger, and some other really cool vehicles. Now, there's also one more big DLC. In fact, the car you're seeing right here is part of that DLC. The Boost DLC. This one is my favorite of the two cars that come in that DLC because you can, when you turn on the Boost, it doesn't stop. It's infinite, but you can't turn it off until you crash. Or you slow down enough, so just hold down the handbrake and the decelerate button and the left trigger, and you'll slow down eventually and stop. Now, I'm a really big fan of this car, although sadly, as my friend Ben Rose pointed out, it doesn't really have a major comfort zone, although going off jumps like that and doing barrel rolls, or what are we supposed to call them now? Aeriolion rolls? I don't even know. We're doing rolls and just doing stunts like that's pretty awesome. Now, as you can see, not really a huge crumple zone. The engine does shift back a little bit, but as I said before, not related. This game is seriously good. Honestly, I picked this game up for only $5. Only 20 if I got it in the year sale. Even at 20, it is an absolute steal. If you have an Xbox One and you like racing, and honestly, if you're just a kid who likes explosions, or anyone really likes crashing explosions, this game really appeals to all ages of people. It's a great game like that. Oh, I also spin past cars. Boom. I definitely recommend picking up this game. Now with that, let's do the outro, shall we? So yeah, that was Burnout Paradise Remastered. Now, a review for this game has kind of been sitting in the back of my mind for quite a while now. I got the game back in December of 2018. It's now February of 2019. And so I've been doing other things, filming videos for reviews that may or may not happen, like the Turing Test and Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition. Also, I just really wanted to think of a better script than what I had originally. And hopefully I did. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Now, as I said, I got the game for $5. I think it's only about $20 in the Xbox store. I'm pretty sure it's probably the same thing on the PlayStation store, too. Honestly, even $20 it's a steal. If you like high-speed crashing games, definitely for you. If you like high-speed games, definitely for you. If you want to play the best game that EA's made in the last just over a decade, then it's definitely for you. I know people can get excited about FIFA, and if you really actually enjoy the Star Wars Battlefront games that they made, you might as well check yourself into Mental Hospital right now. But this is definitely, without a doubt, the most high-stakes, badass remastered version ever of any game, and honestly, one of the best games EA's ever made. Apart from maybe Nightfire. Nightfire is pretty cool. Anyway, see you guys in the next video.